Hello, lovely. How are you? Good. How can I help you today? Okay, so you have an appointment with us. Alright. Can I take your full name? Your date of birth? First line of your address. And your postcode. Great, there you are. So I have you in with Yvette first for patch testing. Okay. Then I have you in with Doctor Nic for treatment and discussions on your results. Okay. So just pop in a note to say that you're here. Okay. Can I just take your contact number? Excellent. Okay. So in a moment I will get you to take a seat in the waiting area. Alright. Yvette will come and get you. She will do the patch testing, okay, and everything else that she needs to do. And then you will be with Dr. Nic, alright, and she will go through the findings of the patch testing from overnight, okay, and she will carry out treatment and things like that, alright, and sort of plan out for you. Does that sound alright? Okay, Yvette and Dr. Nic will go through that properly with you, okay? I just know roughly what's going on here. Okay, so, you know, Yvette is running on time, so you won't be waiting too long, okay? But if I just give you this questionnaire. Okay, there you go. There's pens at the table. If you could just fill out personal details, contact information, medical history and all sorts of things like that, okay? Medication, allergies, etc. When you're done, if you'd just like to bring it back to me. Alright, and then, you know, I'll update the system, ready for Yvette and Dr. Nic. Okay, you're very welcome. So you're all checked in, okay? You've got your form, and I've explained roughly what will be happening today. Okay, great. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Yeah, that will get you comfortable and explain everything that's going on and what will be happening. Alright, you're in very safe hands. They're both lovely. Alright, very well experienced, very professional, very friendly and helpful, okay? You've got nothing to worry about. But they'll get you comfortable and, you know, have a chat with you and things like that. But don't worry. Okay, good. And I would just like to take a next of kin first, if that's okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so can I take their contact number? Excellent, so they're okay to call or text, yeah? Excellent. Would you like me to add a second one? Okay, when you're ready. And a contact number. Excellent. That's all done and updated. Okay, my lovely. Well, please go and take a seat over there in the waiting room. You can find some water, hot chocolate, coffee, tea, and things like that in there, which are all complimentary for you. Okay, magazines and things like that. But like I say, you won't be waiting too long. All right. You're very, very welcome. I hope you have a lovely time here with us. All right, and nice experience for you. Okay, nothing to worry about. My pleasure. You take care now. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming in. My name's Yvette, and I'm going to be one of the estheticians that's working with you to do some patch testing. And my job is to apply various topical remedies to your skin to see whether or not you have any negative or adverse reactions to various ingredients, chemicals, certain sensitivities, and ultimately to give recommendations about future skin treatments based on your preferences. Do you mind telling me a little bit about yourself and your lifestyle habits, skincare routines, anything like that? And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a moment to sanitize my hands also to get a look at your skin in its current state. Okay. Habits, things like dietary eating habits, your primary concerns that you have with your skin. Do you smoke? Do you drink? How much sleep do you typically get? Do you wear SPF every day? Okay. And how many times you wash your face? When? Okay. Do you mind if I get a little close and I just examine your skin? I'm going to be using a magnified light, so if it's more comfortable while this is going on to close your eyes, feel free, okay? Okay. I'm sorry, please continue. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this should be a fairly comforting experience. Part of the objective is to make sure that you are comfortable. Make you just more comfortable in your own skin. I see some scars that are right here, and maybe just a little bit of hyperpigmentation, maybe melasma. Yeah, it's very common, especially with sun exposure. I'm gonna check your ears. Now, typically with sun exposure, do you normally put SPF on your ears? Okay. Yeah, you get a little bit of freckling, which is, it's kind of cute. But we want to make sure that it's healthy. Okay. Just checking the ears again on this side. Checking your neck. Do you mind if I pull your shirt to the side here just so I can get a good look at your shoulder? Okay, thank you. And your neck. And again on your other shoulder. Okay. Do you mind closing your eyes for a moment? I'm going to take a look at the skin on your eyelids. areas that concerned you. I know that generally as we age, we tend to focus on fine lines. But they also show the world how much laughter we've had. I think that eye wrinkles can sometimes be a little bit adorable. Except for my own, you know. Well, I think your skin overall looks healthy. I don't see anything that is concerning. I don't see any kind of moles or discoloration or even edging around any freckles. But I'm going to let the medical esthetician make any kind of final judgments on that. So right now I think we'll go ahead and get your skin cleaned up a little bit and start with applying a couple of different ingredients to your skin topically. And then watch the reactions for them, okay? So I'm going to do this on both sides of your neck, going down here. One of them I'm going to remove immediately. I'm going to let it sit for a couple of moments, and then we're going to let the other side have a 24-hour test on it, which I understand might not be realistic if you want to wash it off or shower. A minimum of 12 hours would be ideal. Clean the skin on the sides of your neck. I'm sorry if that tickles. Okay. Since one of your objectives is to help reduce the lines under your eyes and your laugh lines, one of those common ingredients is a retinoid, and a retinol. And I have some sample vials behind me that I may send home with you this afternoon, depending on what your preference would be. But we're going to start with one of those common ones, which is a retinol. And it's just a form of retin A, retinoic acid, and it helps with cell regeneration. So I'm just going to take a regular cotton swab in my applicator. So this is going to be 2% retinol. This is retinoic acid is a water soluble and oil soluble, which is one of the main reasons why it is so effective. You can use it with any kind of vehicle, whether or not it's water-based. If it is oil-based, like a squalene, or if it's an emulsion, somewhere in between. But this is going to be water, just to begin with. And the second ingredient, which is also very similar, would be a retinoid. Make a different cotton swab. Just give it a little bit of motion, a little bit of vibration so that it'll penetrate the skin a little bit better. So good. And please let me know if there is any immediate unpleasant sensation. If you feel burning, that's one of the primary things that we're going to be testing for. We don't want to burn you. We don't want to cause chemical burns. Any sensitivity to that? Okay. So we have the retinol and we have the retinoid. And now we're going to move to prescription grade retinoic acid. Sometimes it's referred to as retin A. And this is going to be the third application. And this one is at 5%. This one you may feel skin irritation with it. This is going to be any immediate reaction from that? You can definitely feel it. Yep. It's one of the more powerful options. It can really help with scarring and with wrinkles, cell regeneration, color evenness, but sometimes it can also be a little bit too much. Okay. We're going to go move on to the different types of vehicles that you can use. And when I say vehicles, I mean a water or oil or emulsion. So the standard is going to be a water-based, and this is just distilled water, and this is more of a kind of a baseline for us. Evaporate rather quickly. And now the emulsion. The emulsion is a cocktail, sort of squalane, oil, and distilled water, as well as silicones. Because they're much thicker. These don't have any kind of ingredients or actives in them. This is just to see what colloids on your skin, what sits most comfortably on your skin. Okay. squalene oil. And squalene is very similar to the oil that your skin already naturally produces, so few people are good at negative reaction, but sometimes it just doesn't seem to sink into the skin very effectively for some. It seems to be pretty good with you though. Do you think you would normally consider your skin to be oily? Okay. So going back to the actives, one of the more irritating actives is acids. Our skin is actually quite acidic. So when we are trying to make our skin a little bit more receptive to the treatments that we're applying, we'll often use a toner or an essence. I'm going to try two different ones here. The first toner is going to just be a very light glycolic acid, and this is something that you can often put onto your face a couple minutes before you apply any other products, and that way it will bring the acidity level of your skin down, making it much more receptive to what you would typically be applying, whether or not it's a vitamin C, a retinol, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, B5, zinc. So we're going to start with the glycolic acid, and it's more of a liquid. This is intended to go on right after you clean your face, okay? I know this might burn at first. A wonderful substitute to any kind of alcohol. If you find that alcohol is just not quite for you, if it burns your skin, if it makes your skin feel cold, glycolic acid can be very, very wonderful alternative. Also a chemical exfoliant, and it can make your skin look and feel very rejuvenated. So, and next acid I'm going to apply just below that is going to be salicylic acid. Very similar, very gentle, often included in a lot of cleansers. Very nice. Very closely related, another acid is azelaic acid, and this is a form of vitamin C, and I am going to apply this in an emulsion. So this is going to be in an oil and water base balance. It's stabilized, so it should evenly be distributed. And this is suspended in 15% vitamin C and azelaic acid. It's a very high percentage, so you might feel a tingle. And sometimes it feels kind of good. Okay. Are you comfortable enough? Okay. some lactic acid. Run out of space on your neck here. With patch testing, we can keep going all the way down to your décolleté if we need to, real quick. Is that okay? Now some of the more gentle, soothing ingredients. We're going to move on to vitamins. So we're going to move on to B5, and B vitamins are very enriching to your skin. And this is going to again be an emulsion. It's a very soothing topical. B vitamins generally help your body or your skin with oil production. So if you're experiencing a lot of oiliness in certain areas, this can be a very good addition to your routine. Okay, now some zinc. And now some zinc. And this is more of a clarifying vitamin that can be applied. Can help with clearing up your skin, also making it look more balanced. Very common one, niacinamide. Similar. This is a very gentle application, so very few people have a negative reaction to niacinamide. Hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a molecule that helps attract moisture, and then if you walk it in with something like a good moisturizer, it just helps remain that plumpness and that fullness to your skin. Okay. This is always a very well-rounded moisturizer. beta hydroxy acid, and this is something that often gets done in a chemical peel. I'm only going to apply it to the one side where we're going to be removing it, just because long term it can cause chemical burning and I don't want to do that to you. So alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxys are very, very good chemical exfoliants, and they allow us to really freshen the skin to help take out the top layer of dead skin, so it allows the nice plump skin underneath to come to the surface, as well as cell reproduction. And this often does have quite a tingle to it, so if you feel a little bit of discomfort, that is normal, but you can always tell me when you want to remove it, okay? And now 2.5 BHA beta hydroxy. Very similar, they work very well in combination. And last but not least, peptide chains, just to see whether or not copper peptides, have any negative effect. Okay. Let's start with your left. I'll start with your right side over here, just applying it. Okay. Take a fan and just very gently try to dry this, kind of accelerate the drying. Especially on this side here. Okay. I'm going to bring out my magnifying glass and take a very good look at both sides. Okay. Just going to tug on your skin a little bit. Going to see whether or not you have any kind of irritation or stretching of the skin that's abnormal. Okay. Alright, everything looks really good. Just gonna wipe the skin clean so I can take a good look at the skin underneath. Looks really good. Very nice. Okay. Just got a little bit of redness, and that's, I think, expected with alpha hydroxy. Okay. Well, thank you very much for participating in this. I think that your skin looks quite resilient and very strong. I'm going to make some recommendations for the medical esthetician, and then she'll hopefully give you a nice, very pampering medical treatment to address some of the issues. So, some of the things with the discoloration and the hyperpigmentation that you might be seeing from either skin damage or if it's hereditary. Sometimes your skin can be thicker in various areas, and some people develop hardened or thicker skin or melasma in certain areas. And there's some very good antioxidants, some acids that you can use to help even that tone out, as well as to make the texture of the skin much more uniform. Okay. Well, it was nice to meet you, and I hope that you have a great afternoon. Try to keep this area here dry. Try not to agitate it if you can, but it's okay. We want to keep that on for a minimum of 12 hours at the very least. And at your next appointment, hopefully that will be looked at very closely to see if there's any longer term issues that you want to avoid with certain ingredients. Okay. Thank you very much for coming in to see me. We'll see you soon.